Hey guys, this is Killer Dave here, and welcome back to another episode on the Diamond Society SMP server. As you can see, I'm in all iron armor. Now, it has been a while since I recorded the first episode on this series, but if you remember back, I had fully enchanted diamond armor. Now, just before recording this episode, I went into the nether, and in the nether tunnel, I did a very bad ender pearl. And I ended up in the ceiling of the tunnel that was dug out, and I died. So when I went back to get my items, I think they all fell into the block of the ceiling. So they all went on top of the nether. So all my armor's gone. So this is all my backup pick. So at some point in this episode, guys, I'm going to have to go and make some more diamond armor. Now, in between episodes, I did do a little bit of mining, so I have diamonds. So it shouldn't be too hard. We should be good. But guys, in this episode, what I really want to do is get started on this apartment. You know, it's a simple little thing, but it's kind of like a starter base. And right now, as you can see, I'm knocking out all sorts of things. Where was this? Right there. As you can see, like, my organization is just terrible. There's just all sorts of stuff. So I want to get more chests. I want to get it set up a little bit. I was thinking maybe having like a combination lock to get in. I don't know, sort of like a key. You know, you need a key to get into my apartment. I thought that'd be cool, having a little storage area. So I'm just gonna get started, collecting some blocks, guys, and then I'll bring you back when I have an idea. Okay, guys, so I've done a little bit of planning. Now, what's gonna happen is when you come up here, you're gonna come up the ladder, and you're just gonna be in this sort of hallway. So this will be all the way up to the top, and then there'll be like, I think probably like 3 or 4 levers right here. And you'll have to enter the right combination, and then I'm thinking like some sticky piston door will just open up, and then you'll be inside my apartment. So I think that'll be super cool. Now, I started to set up this little area. This is already where my chests were, as you can see, and where my furnaces are. So I kind of like how, you know, the furnaces have these little windows. So I kind of liked how it's set up. Now, I don't have enough wood to actually finish this off with the trap chests that I need, so I can place them in between. I will need another 36 because there's 3 on each side, so that's 18 chests on each side. And then there's 2 sides, so 36 more chests, guys. But it shouldn't be too hard. I don't think there's a tree farm on the server, but if I remember correctly, those trees over there are free to farm, so you just go over there, knock them all down, and just make sure to replant. So I'm just going to head on over there, guys, real quick. I'm probably going to make up a diamond axe just so it doesn't take as long. And I have quite a bit of diamonds, so it really shouldn't be too much of a hassle. So I'm just going to make up a diamond axe and then head on over there, guys, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, I've done a little bit of the tree farming down over there, and as you can see, I have all the trap chests in, so all the storage in. I will have to organize it at some point. It's kind of a mess, but I'll get that. That's for future Killer Dave's problem. But I also started building up this a little bit now. The problem is, guys, is since this is only, I think 3.5 blocks tall, I can't alter the ceiling at all without having to alter Coop Dizzle's floor. So, I mean, as you can see, I've been knocking out a few of the half slabs and replacing them with full blocks. So that's what allows me to give it sort of this like little texture here. So that's just about all I can do unless I want to lower the floor a whole nother block. But I really don't like when ceilings are only like 2 blocks tall like this because it just feels extremely cramped. So unfortunately, I'm just going to have to deal with spruce blocks. But I think with this, like, we can add like little patterns like this, so I don't think it'll be that bad. But the other thing I've done, guys, is I've also added a sort of combination lock. Now, as you can see, it's super simple. You need to have the right combination in order for this torch to be powered. So if we just go like this, you'll see it's on right now. This is the combination I chose. I can change it later, but I mean, I think I like it. But as you can see, if we turn any of these to a different position, they turn off. So it's off. So no matter which one I flip, it turns it off. So in order to have it on, you need to have this correct combination, and it powers it. So eventually, guys, the next thing that we're going to do real quick is I'm going to build up a little a little piston door. So I'm thinking just, the simple one with the pistons, like 2 sticky pistons facing this way and 2 facing this way. So it kind of just pulls the blocks out and away. So it kind of hides it. And it's a very thin design, as you can see. Pretty simple. So I'm just going to go ahead, build that, guys, and then I will be right back. Okay, guys, as you can see, I did put in the redstone for the door. Whoa! Woo! I guess there is some crazy lightning going on. I'm going to make this quick then. I had to move the combination lock back one just so I could get the redstone to work. As you can see, it's still pretty compact. Okay, let's just turn down the weather sounds really quick. Oh, I guess let's just turn them off. Better. Alright, so as you can see, this is, I think, as compact as it can get. There's no more compactness, because the real problem is it's normally more compact, except you have access to this top bit. But I don't have that because these are just half slabs, so I can't put anything up there. So I had to bring it out back here a little bit. But as you can see, if we hop up into here, if you get the wrong code, it closes, and if you switch it, it opens. So super awesome, guys. I think it's cool because you come in here, you're like, oh, well, how do I get in? Well, you need to know the code. So you get the code, and I really hate how this block has to be here. So I might mess around with the redstone a little bit more, because I'd rather have a block up here rather than a block down here. So we'll see if I can do that and make it so you can just like kind of walk in. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but I'll try. I don't think I will. But that is the door. So now, guys, all I have to do is cover this all up. I'm probably just going to put a wall here. Super simple, Nothing crazy. And then figure out what else I want to do with this area. Now, I have the storage. I have this is probably going to be like a bedroom sleeping area kind of thing. But then I have all this room. I was thinking maybe like a micro farm, for wheat or something. I don't know. So I'm just going to get to work, see if I can maybe compact this a teeny bit more. Probably not. But then plan out the rest of this area, and then I'll bring you guys back. Okay, so I did a little bit of investigating and work, and I think it's impossible, or at least I couldn't figure out a way to power these 2 pistons without having that block there. So I guess it's going to stay there. It's really not that bad. Especially if you look from over here, it kind of looks like this cool little entryway. Not bad. So I put up the wall, and I also, I just started working on a little bed area. As you can see, big, like, I don't know, king-size bed. It's a little wider than it is long, but it's okay. So yeah, I got a little bed area. As you can see, I just left the windows. The reason I put this wall up instead of leaving the other wall is just for like symmetry reasons, because otherwise it wouldn't fit. The windows already bothered me that the windows aren't in the same place, but I don't really want to mess up the look of this building from the outside, so those will have to stay. The other thing is I kept this little area so I can get that perfect portal. So I can get the perfect ender pearl to the nether portal. There we go. Got it. So I kept that. So now we just have this big area. And like my instinct is to make a farm, like a little automatic farm. I don't know if any of you guys are watching my single player series. I set up a bunch of farms, like pumpkin farms, other types of farms, and one of them is where you walk back, you plant the seeds, and like as you hit the pressure plate on either side, it breaks the crop, so then you can just place it again. So I think that would be super cool, guys. So I think I'm going to get working on that. The only thing I'm worried about, so I don't know if I'll be able to do it actually because of how compact it has to be, because I think it might actually be a 4 tall design. So in order to narrow it down one more might not even be possible. So I'm going to get to work in a little bit, guys. See if I can do that. And hopefully, I don't know. Who are my neighbors up and down? So I think up is Coop Dizzle, right? Yeah. No, who's below me? Galzas. Okay. So I did want to pick, one towards the top just because I think it's cool, almost like having the penthouse suite. This was actually the topmost available one, but I'm slightly regretting it because there's a few floors down there where there's like 3 or 4 floors in a row that aren't occupied. And I'm wondering if I had grabbed those, if I would have been able to, like knock out the ceiling a little bit, almost have like a too tall one. It's whatever. So I'm going to go see if I can work out how to make the farm 1 block shorter. And then I will bring you guys back if I figured it out. Okay guys, so really quickly, we are here in the redstone testing world. As you can see, it's starting to fill up. Really awesome. I'm excited. But this is the design I use in my single player. As you can see, the reason it is 4 blocks tall, you gotta think about it. So the piston's right down there. So that's 1, 2, 3. So you may be thinking that's 3 blocks tall, but this redstone right here is what ruins it. That makes it 4 blocks tall. Because you can't have a half slab like this is with the roof that is in the apartment, so you can't have the half slab up there. So that's why this design won't work. But as you can see, like the premise is, you go along planting these. This should be on. Normally this will have bone meal in it, so it'll grow all these up. And then when you step on the pressure plate, it breaks them all, and then you just walk past. And so on and so forth. So, super awesome. I really like these designs. I made this one myself. I mean, it's pretty simple. I'm sure lots of other people could come up with the same exact thing. I'm sure they have, but I designed it myself, so I'm super proud of it. Awesome. But here is just my little mock-up of just a 3 high, guys. And I initially thought it wasn't possible. I had to fiddle around with a lot of stuff, but I seem to have figured out a way to do it. So here you can see it's only 1, 2, 3 blocks tall. We have that extra half slab, but again, we can't use that because you can't place redstone up here. But if we just throw a torch over here, this just turns it on. I don't have it powered yet. As you can see, it's a little bit slower, guys. But I think it will work fine. So if we go like this, break it, it's like, I don't know. Did I break the redstone here? Yeah, it looks like I have. But either way, so as you can see, the difference is here. I still have to do a little bit of working out. Maybe I really want to speed this up. I don't know if I'll be able to though. But the difference here is that I had to put the dispensers above it. Had to put the dispensers above the farmland so that it saves an extra space. Because we can't have these pointing upward at all. Because if we have this piston facing up with the farmland on top of it, when it gets pushed upwards, this actually gets pushed into this block. It thinks it's an actual block, and it will actually destroy the farmland. So we can't have it the same design as we have over here. So that's why these have to be facing a different direction. So I'm going to have them push forward, so when you're standing here, you step on this, it pushes it forward, just like that. So the real problem I'm running into, guys, is bud powering. I mean, I think it's a bug. I don't know if it's ever been confirmed that it's a bug. I'm pretty sure it is, though. But these pistons at the bottom keep getting powered by this clock up top. So I'm trying to figure out a way. And really what bud powering is sometimes when like a block like right here, if this block is powered, this piston will get pushed out. And it's a block update detector, BUD. That's what bud stands for. So if you put a block next to it, let's see if we can actually get this working. If we get a redstone torch really quickly, we'll fire up this clock. And as you can see, you see how that it's a block update detector. So it's really obnoxious. So when you place it down, well, I guess you have to time it. But it updates it. So it's like just dealing with that is some really annoying stuff, guys. So I'm just trying to figure out a way that I can deliver power to these dispensers without having to worry about that at all. So I'm going to keep working at it, guys, and I'll bring you guys back if I figure anything out. Okay, guys, I have added a little bit to this design, and I mean, I always forget about transparent blocks not doing bud powering. That was the key. As you can see, both stairs and half slabs are transparent blocks, so just replacing those full blocks there with that makes it all work. So now, if I was to add in the torches, so let me just grab some redstone torches really quick, add these in, you would hear that, well, oh, I guess this one's still going. I might have to move this over one more, but if we just destroy that real quick. You can see these are running. I mean, nothing's coming out, but like if I grab a carrot or something, they're all running, and they're running as fast as the other one, so very quickly. And then if we step right here, I move this forward one, because one problem is see how they're all sitting here? Nothing's behind it yet, but if we press it, they all get sucked back, and I think that's due to that one bug in 1.9 with the invisible pistons and whatnot. So let's just turn off this ruckus real quick. So yeah, if we turn that off, so what I did is I moved this forward so that when we stand here, it means that when we walk past, we'll pick them all up. So it just makes it so I don't have to worry about anything flying back there. So this is the design. As you can see, it is 3 tall, and it has enough water that you can have, because the radius for water and hydration is 4 blocks. So it means I can have 4 blocks on either side, so 4 and 4. So I'll probably have an 8 long farm. And I really like how it turned out. I mean, it looks good. Almost everything's hidden except for this few little piston heads, but I don't think there's anything I can do for that. The one thing I was thinking maybe is instead of having the stairs like that, even though I kind of like it because it gives it depth, I could maybe put it this way, and that would slightly make it better, but I don't know. I mean, you'd still see it. I think I like the stairs this way, just because it adds that nice little depth. So I think I'm going to get all the materials ready for this, and then I'm going to get to building it on this server. Okay guys, I've built this inside of the apartment here, and as you can see, I did have to modify the design a little bit because I wasn't really thinking. If you remember back to my redstone world, I didn't have the pressure plate on both sides, and what that allowed me to do was put this burnout clock on this left side, but I can't put the whole burnout clock here because it interferes with this activating pressure plate. So in order to get that to work, oh no. I'll figure that out. In order to get that to work though, guys, I had to move this over 1 block just so that it can make it so that we can do this, you know? It allows us to have the burnout clock because now there's one on this side and the other on this side. So that's what allows it to keep going. It powers all these dispensers. So I had to move it over 1, but now it's all working. So as you can see, we'll just walk across here. It'll fire. We just walk across back. So that's how it works. Super awesome. Now all that's left to do, guys, is spruce it up a bit. Hopefully I can make it look pretty good. It doesn't take up a huge amount of space. As you can see, if you walk through here, it's like the first thing you see, so I want it to look good. But it's not a huge amount of space. There's still a lot of room. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with it, but I'm just going to get working on this, spruce it up a little bit, and I'll bring you guys back. Okay, guys, as you can see, I spruced it up a little bit. Now, it's nothing crazy, nothing intense, but it kind of matches this like sort of grayish theme we're going on. It hides almost all the redstone except for this. I couldn't really figure out a way. I mean, it's something that has to happen since we only have 3 blocks to work with. I mean, otherwise I would have raised the whole thing up and I would have been standing up on a little bit. But it just won't work. So this is what we got. I've put some bone meal in it already. And I have the off switch right here. I think it should all be working, guys. So I'm just going to quickly, let me turn down my game volume because that clicking can get really annoying. But if we turn this on, it should be good. Maybe not. See, this is the other reason you want that game volume. Real quick, I'll be back. Alright, we're back. It was just a small problem with the redstone. It happened when I covered it all up. So, as you can see, it's growing. It is off right now. So now if we turn it on, if we grab this, you should see that when we plant this, there you go. Awesome. So now we step on here. It breaks. Awesome, guys. So now, I'm just going to do this really quickly so that we can get enough seeds. We need 8 seeds. And then we can do it the way it was meant to be. There we go. So now if we just stand here, plant these, and there we go, guys. As you can see, already have 24 wheat, 30 already at half a stack. Super awesome, guys. Now the one thing, I can't see it because of the way we're doing this, but yeah, I think I caught a glimpse of it right there. This last one, so if we're going this way, this last one isn't quite fully grown by the time we hit that. And I think I can fix that by just having a little delay. And then the user just has to wait there for a little bit. So it's super easy. So there we go, guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, I mean, we already have 51 wheat. Just doing this for just, a second more. Yeah, you can see that last one doesn't quite grow all the way. So I'll add like one more tick of delay. But otherwise, look at that. Already over a stack. Not quite sure what we'll use it for, but we can also use this for carrots, beetroot. I think we actually have some beetroot. If we look in this chest, maybe? This chest? There it is. I've actually never grown beetroot. Do you guess you don't plant the beetroot? Oh, you need a beetroot seed. I did know that, actually. I think we do have that. See, I really need to organize this, guys. This is something I'm going to do in between this episode and the next. I guess I only have 2. I don't know if you get seeds from harvesting them. Yeah, it looks like you do. So, I mean, this way we can now get beetroots. I think they're useful for red dye, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong, but I think that's one of their uses. So now we got an awesome farm, guys. Super stoked. And that is unfortunately all the time I have for this episode, guys. We got quite a bit done. If you look, we now are proud home owners, apartment owners, I guess. Proud renters, there you could go. So we got a combination lock for our room, and now it's actually another bonus is when you're walking up, it's easy to see. You can see those gray walls, and you're like, oh, that's my floor. So I don't really have to look. Combination lock. Now everyone watching this video knows what the combination is. Don't look. Forget you ever saw this. But it allows us to come in. We got a nice storage area. I'll organize this in between this and the next episode. We also got a pretty awesome way to get some food. I don't know. I haven't really seen any big scale like auto farms. I'm sure someone has like a wheat farm somewhere or like a little micro farm. People like building those micro farms, so I'm sure there's one somewhere, but now we have our own. Anyone can use it if they want. You guys know the combination. We also have our little window still intact and a little bedroom. So super awesome, guys. Definitely, I have some more plans for this, but that is all the time I have for today. If you guys enjoyed it, please make sure to leave a like, and if you really enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe so you can be updated when I post more, and check out the other guys on the server. This is my second episode, but I have much, much more planned for the future on this server. I'm super excited, so I hope you guys are too. But that's it for today, guys, and I'll see you next time. It looks like we are here.
Hey, how's it going? President Anus told me to meet a VIP up here at the top of the Diamond Hotel, so I guess you're it, huh?
That must be me. He said someone would be here to meet me.